Hi guys, welcome back to our podcast. It's Mariya here, and we are back into my office.
So this is the big question. For modern people like us with busy jobs and schedules, how do we integrate yoga, science in modern life? How do we live our normal lives and yet achieve bliss? That is the question. And this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Mariya and welcome to Lifestyle Secrets.
So we're going to talk a little bit about a concept that I kind of accidentally fell into yesterday as I was trying to do some YouTube stuff. I'm pretty new to it, so I was looking at some demo versions of what I need to do, how to do it, how to create a list, and all that lovely stuff. And there were two guys, seem pretty popular on YouTube in terms of explaining how to do things. And they said, aside from kind of the technical stuff, they said something really cool, which I've completely resonated with. And that was the fact that you can do anything, but not everything. So, in life we tend to kind of try to do everything perfect and run and have our errands and have our family in check and have our job done and run a business and everything should be perfect and you're constantly competing. And this drives us, but also exhausts us. So you reach a stage where you're kind of running different directions and kind of sprints here and there. And in reality, it should be one long marathon, which has a destination and has its way to reach that destination. It's an important lesson to learn from this because, in my personal kind of past week, it has been extremely busy, so I had a lot of few things dealing at work, trying to get everything ready before I leave for Moscow. We're organizing a very big workshop with Guru Ratana, which is taking probably a lot of my time. If you haven't signed up for that, by the way, it's a great workshop and she's an amazing teacher, so you still have some time to do that. We've been filming quite a few programs. You probably have seen one of our live streams with Rushin the other day. We're also doing a really nice program with Harry and Emily on all the chakras. So a lot of good stuff is to come, and it has required a lot of discipline and a lot of time and a lot of effort. And ultimately, it resulted in my brain basically exploding and me kind of running low on energy. So, important aspect that we need to remember is if you run yourself over with tons of tasks and tons of different aspects of your life and everything has to be perfect and you constantly compete with everybody, then you are in for trouble because not everybody's gonna like you, not everybody's gonna say, wow, great job. You're not gonna achieve absolutely everything you've ever wanted, especially not in a short period of time. And we need to learn to be patient and cautious of our own human being and how we feel on a daily basis. So taking that step back and kind of really putting things into perspective and finding a natural flow of doing things and arranging things and also finding time for ourselves, for our practice, for our growth and development, and also resting is extremely important. So I'm constantly fighting on a daily basis with competition, be it at work. I work in an extremely competitive environment. Trading is probably one of the wildest jobs you can ever have. So it runs on steroids of competition. Yeah, you compete with everybody on the floor. You compete with different banks. You compete with the market, and you kind of have to come out on the other end smarter somehow, and at the same time preserve your values and preserve who you are and really find that centeredness that drives you and keeps you in check. So one lesson I've learned from a random couple on the internet, which really rang a bell, is that we need to slow down and we need to take it easy and we need to take it each at its turn. So do things that you feel are important now. Do them to the best of your ability, but don't castigate yourself if you're not number one, if you're not out there the first, if you haven't done everything to perfection, if things haven't come to to like the best of your ability. I woke up this morning, we were speaking to one of our editors, and very recently we filmed a beautiful video with Belinda Carlisle. And for those who know her, she's a very famous singer from the 80s and now has switched into yogic mantras and yogic lifestyle. So we had this beautiful workshop that we filmed, and we've done it on 3 cameras, and it's going to be a phenomenal footage, which I'm very excited to see once it's ready. But my editor called and said, oh my god, we have a faulty camera and one of the main cameras actually didn't work and we have no footage. So my adrenaline just spooked out. I'm like, how is it possible? This was such an important event, and it's, you know, it's gonna be such a loss if we don't have it for people to enjoy it and to really experience it. And my mind started running all sorts of directions. I was running late for work. You know, we had tons of different things to sort out, and then this problem just was not even part of my program. So it really annoyed me and really got me very angry, at which point I had to take a breath and shift my mind, shift my focus, and put things into perspective. Because for every problem there is an answer and there is a solution. You just have to be patient to find it. You have to, you know, relax your body and your mind so that the answer can come in. Ultimately, we did find a good company that can adjust the footage and actually rescue that in the end, so we are good. But it did take me the emotional energy in the morning, and that drained me, because if you experience severe emotions, and be it positive, negative, they take you out of your balance, they take out of the neutrality. And a yogic being in the yogic state, is being in neutral mind. Neutral mind is where you are in total balance, where you're not reactive to things happening, where you actually composed, you think about it, and you act, not react. So in terms of how we can manage this, is staying focused, staying in line with ourselves. And we can do a meditation for that. That's really beautiful. But I literally just came back from work, so I'm just gonna go quickly change, and we're gonna sit on the mat and do something to focus ourselves and to get rid of this emotional volatility which comes with our extreme ambitions to create something, to do something, and has to be perfect, has to be now or maybe yesterday, and I need to be number one, and everything needs to be there. So remember, you can do anything. Like, we as human beings are born with lots of talents, and we're born with unsurmountable capacity to do whatever we want in this life if we put our mind to it. But also, we shouldn't really spread ourselves thin to try to achieve so many things in so many different fronts that ultimately it exhausts us and we achieve nothing but ruining our health, tiring our mind, and getting further and further away from ourselves and from our center. So let's leave it at this. Let's quickly change. I'll be with you in 2 minutes, and we can do our beautiful meditation to stay focused and centered. Sat Nam, see you in a bit. Okay guys, on the mat, we're gonna do our meditation. And again, remember, this meditation is probably a little bit deeper and more advanced, so bear with it, practice it. It's a really good one to do over a certain period of time. And what it does is it enhances your ability to stay calm, peaceful, and be able to incorporate your inner judgment into things. So we're not reactive, we're not jumpy, we're not subject to our small insanities, but we're actually focused within, and we manage to balance the pranic body. So we all have conscious and subconscious fears, and we react to them, sometimes knowingly, sometimes without even realizing. And this will make you realize that and eliminate those fears. So practice the mudra a little until you get it right, because it's an essential part of the whole meditation. So we're going to do this for 11 minutes. If it's too much, you can always start with less and then build it up. So what we do first is you're going to bring the right hand, and the fingers are going to curl in to like a fist. The thumb is actively extended up. The left hand, the same, fingers in, thumb up. And you're gonna have the right hand is gonna cover from the sternum up towards the jaw, and the left hand comes underneath it and kind of covers the diaphragm to the sternum. So all together, you're basically covering from the diaphragm all the way to the jaw. Hands are a few inches in front of the chest, and that will be your mudra. So as imagine you're holding on to like a tree or something in front of you, and if you let go, you fall. So maintain that posture, maintain that mudra, don't let go of this. So from here, you're gonna close the eyes, and you're gonna inhale and exhale completely. And now you're gonna hold the breath out, and as you hold the breath out, you're gonna have a count of 26 squeezes of the mula band. So that's the root lock. So it kind of, every pump you make, the tummy goes a little in, and you squeeze as well the root lock. So the sex organs, the anus, kind of the whole pelvic floor is squeezing in and releasing, squeezing in and releasing. And you do that on the breath out. You do a 26 counts, then you inhale. And the important thing here is, as you imagine this happening, on every count, you imagine how you start with vertebra 1, vertebra 2, vertebra 3, and so on. So imagine like you are firing up every vertebra across your spine. So it's an essential part of the meditation to visualize this, to go with the whole visualization process, and with the breath, and with the mudra. So that's why it's a more advanced practice, but it's well worth it. So let's give it a try. Inhale, exhale, and now start squeezing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Inhale. Exhale. And keep going, squeezing and mentally going through the whole spine, vertebra by vertebra. Don't forget, tummy also squeezes in as you squeeze the mula band. Always remember mentally going through vertebra by vertebra, visualizing how you're firing up the whole spine. Remember eyes are rolled up at the third eye. When you hold the breath suspended, just let it remain in the body without pushing it up. Otherwise that will cause a headache. So just pump the navel slowly with the root lock squeeze. But the breath is natural and stays in. There is a very important yogic breath when we pump on an empty breath. It's our cleansing, it's our eliminative power so that we get rid of negativity, of any judgments, of any strong feelings. We balance. When we pump with navel in, we fire up. It's also dealing with fear. So when we don't breathe, when we deprive the body of oxygen for a few seconds, body starts freaking out basically. Because it needs oxygen, starts thinking, oh my god, I'm not gonna get it. This is exactly where we tackle fear. Don't forget to completely empty the breath. And when you hold, you pull in Mula Bandha. almost there. Perfect the posture, spine straight. Keep going. Last minute. Inhale, exhale, and relax. And just notice how the mind has shifted. Notice how your composure, your whole being has balance. It's a truly powerful meditation. So if you can, and you feel that you're a little bit outside your judgment and outside of your inner sense of self, it's a very nice thing to do and practice for a period of time. So we're less reactive, more proactive, more within our flow of energy, our creativity and our inner voice. And inhale. Satnam, guys. I hope this helps. Practice it, leave a comment, tell me how you're going. Share, because it's very important that once we are on a journey, that we communicate and we experience this together. So if this has helped you, or if you would implement this, or you've tried it and you felt something, have connected, let us know, leave me a comment, just say hi so I know you're there. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.